What's that from? El Guapo. What movie is he from? One of my favourite movies, actually. All-time favourite movies. No takers for the Quiz Night Movie Edition. Now Guapo. The Three Amigos. With old Steve Martin, Marty Short and Chevy Chase. I love that movie. Love it. It seems awfully quiet today, you know. Nice and busy yesterday. The only thing is, I have noticed, I do tend to get more people watching ETS and ATS, which slightly confuses me. A bit perplexed about it, because with the time frame I'm streaming, it suits you guys in the US more than anyone in the Europe, because they're currently asleep, the majority of them. So I would have thought favoured the ATS game over ETS. Yeah, I suppose it is, but mind you, no, my lights aren't off. But I mean, ETS was popular because there was no ATS. I'm only guessing here, but I would have thought once ATS come out, a lot of the American players who played ETS would have gone to ATS and would have liked it because it's driving around at home. And a lot of people who didn't play ETS that live in America but like to do a trucking simulator would have bought ATS because they would have probably just not liked the European setups and stuff, which I understand, you know. Hello there, Incredible Stan. Okay, cool. Incredible Stan. once ATS, you stop playing ETS, and I take it you live in the US. I'm guessing. Yeah, so that's the thing. See, for me, maybe, you know how I've said I always like ETS over ATS, but I don't know why. Excuse me while I cough. And I think, I sometimes think it's due to the fact that the roads and style of roads and scenery are more similar to where I live. And I think maybe that's why. I mean, here in New Zealand, we have both trucks. We have American trucks, Japanese trucks, European trucks. Actually, when I grew up, you saw more American trucks than anything. So there's not a particular favour of trucks. You know, we don't side on American or European. So that's not the issue, because with ATS I've always said I love the sound of the trucks. I love the sound of the trucks more than ETS, except for the Scania. I love the sound of the Scania. And I was, as a kid, was a big fan of Kenworths as well. So, but driving around in this, I find a little tedious after a while, because it's so long, there's so many straight roads. I do get sort of tired driving around on long straight roads, where with ETS you've got a lot of corners, so you're constantly trying to keep your wits about you. But it's because of what I'm used to, and that's why I think, you know, that's why I'm surprised I don't get more people watching the ATS stream, being the time zone that I do it in is more suited for people in America. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. I'll just, if you don't mind, I'll call you Stan. If that's all right with you. Instead, you know, the whole name. And that's it. I think that's it comes down to what you're sort of used to. It feels like home. You know. You can relate to the scenery. So it gives you more of a feeling that, you know, a lot of people get into these games, play it, and like to get into a role of I'm actually doing it. That's what I used to do with games as well. I sort of do with games is that it's, if I play a game which I'm the lead character in the game or anything else like that, I actually get in the role that it's really me and I'm really doing this. And I think that's what one of the things about simulators can do, and one of the appeal you can do things that you for other reasons couldn't figure out why, well, can't do in real life because money, time, whatever, and they give you the opportunity to do that. Thank you for the follow, Incredible Stan. Thanks, bud. Whoa, aquaplaning. Yeah, let's look at chat while we're going around the corner. Yeah, appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying, glad you're chatting away as well, giving some insight of why you like ATS. Yeah, but anyway, like I said, I would have thought instead of having more viewers on ETS than I do over ATS, I don't understand that. It's because of the, like I said, the time zone. Everyone in Europe's asleep. So, but then we got the exception to the rule, like Causey enjoying both, and I know that too. There's Feedy, a friend of mine, lives in the state of New York. He's the same. He prefers ETS over ATS. That makes two of us, Causey. I hope it does too. The best road in the world as far as I'm concerned. I should have done it in a Jeremy Clarkson voice. The best road in the... No, how's he do it? It's the best road in the world. Obviously that's for Top Gear and Grand Tour fans who will understand that. So if you got quite a few, I'll take it quite a few hours on ATS there, Stan. Loading up on the mods as well. Yeah, but it's also been around for a lot longer, Causey. So it had a longer time to grow its player base, you know? So, and that'll be the reason why there's more mods and more support for it. Which would be a contributing factor as well. Because obviously if you got the popularity, then you got more people that become modders and stuff like that, keen to get into it, keen to add things because community is bigger. People say what they would like to have, you know, all sorts of things. You're going to get that regardless of the popularity, you know, but that comes down to how big the player base is. And you know it's a lot bigger in ETS than ATS if you play Truckers MP. Because playing Truckers MP on ETS is ridiculous. There are so many people about. Even if you catch a ferry to go to England from Amsterdam or wherever it is, you literally spend an hour waiting to get on the ferry in Truckers MP because there was so many players going there. And when I was playing multiplayer on ATS, which I played more multiplayer on Truckers MP on ATS than I did on ETS, it was relatively quiet. Also, that could be due to the time I was on there as well. Time zone and all. Yeah, but pro mods came out pretty quick and they've had plenty of time to do that. Canada, they're just blotting out though. I was disappointed at how big that was. As you probably well remember, Causey, when I put the mod on here and then saw how big it was and went, oh, let's add Canada Dream as well. And I was lucky enough to find a road connection for Canada Dream to Pro Mods Canada. And then they had the update and I just decided not to worry about it because it wasn't worth downloading for just a small part. I'll wait until they've increased the size of it. And mind you, we've got enough with the Mexico with Coast to Coast and Canada Dream as it is. This is the road, isn't it, Causey? This is looking familiar. Rain, go away, please. Yeah, it's looking very familiar. But I will say, since I've been doing ATS on the stream, I've thoroughly been enjoying that. Yes, can I help you? Don't know if you can see it, but I think I just got a bee. Yes, a bee in the middle of winter. Flying. Bumblebee, actually even more bizarre, bumblebee. Right, I've definitely this week got to go and buy a magnetic screwdriver and a pair of pliers. Why do they call them a pair of pliers when they're actually just one tool? You know, one of those life mysteries that, you know, keeps you up at night. trying to figure out. Yeah, pair of scissors, pair of underpants, you're right, yeah. Actually, there's more in there, yeah, pair of scissors. And even when you want a pair of scissors and you ask for them, you say, can you pass me the scissors? With the S as in plural, not singular. Hey, that's what we're here for. Welcome to ATS. Let's figure things out edition. Asking the questions you're too afraid to ask. Well, one says it won't do you much good, would it? Well, yeah, it would. To my knowledge, a scissors consists... Why am I struggling to go up here? Consists of two blades and a handle. Interesting question. Why am I struggling? Seriously, no, it can't be my brakes sticking. I might have to drop a range. I know why I'm struggling. I've been hit with that before, haven't I? You know why I'm struggling? It's because I was on the red line. I was on the limiter. Maxed out in the revs. The flex capacitor was at full fluxing. I'll just make words up as we go along, shall I? Just write them into the dictionary for me. Make them official. That's why I was going slow, is because I was maxed out on the rev limiter. Oh, it's 56 through here, by the way. Let's slow that down a bit. Oh, look at this. I love this road. Love it. With a capital E. Whoa, horsey. Right, yeah, answer that question. Well, as a road to drive along, it's this. As a state and a DLC, it's Montana. The thing about Montana, it's everywhere I've been in Montana is nice. And it's not just the roads, it's the scenery and how well they've done the tower. So it's more of the DLC as a whole, where this is just the road with the scenery that goes with the road. The small portion of all of Mexico. I'm glad we're in crash cam for this view. Oh, hang on, you know what we could do? Haha! We haven't seen it from this view. Oh yeah, thank you, Causey. Oh, you know what? We're at the mechanics. I should have checked to see if we had the train horn option. Sounds more like a ferry horn, actually, doesn't it? The ferry's leaving. It's like. There we go. What's the difference between men's flatulence and ladies' flatulence? Man, lady. Keeping it classy here on Jimmy JJ Live. Apparently we're still 32 hours away. You know, there was a sign back there, I don't know if you saw it. Team Reformer. Billboard advertising your own map. I mean, seriously? I'm all for advertising, but in your own map, it sort of defeats the purpose, because if you want to advertise the fact that you make a map and people have got the map that you make, and then you're advertising the fact that you make a map that the people are already in the map driving around, and mind you, ProMods does it as well, doesn't it? But I just thought of it then. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, do they? Oh, well, if that was what that was advertising. Anyway, that got me distracted by... I actually saw a sign before that billboard that said Mexico, so many kilometres away. Where the hell are we? You wouldn't put a sign, you know. You wouldn't be driving down an interstate in the United States with a billboard that says United States so many miles away when you're inside the United States. I assume we're inside Mexico, just a part of Mexico. But nevertheless, Mexico. I mean, I would understand it if it said Mexico City that far away. But it didn't, and it was in tens of thousands of kilometres as well, I think. Have to go back and look at it. Well, I don't have to, and I probably won't, but I'll just sort of say it. Oh, you reckon it did, Causey? You reckon it referenced Mexico City? I didn't see the city, doesn't mean that it wasn't there. We know how good how well I pay attention. Oh, there we go. I see there was a PayPal thing. Ads! Holy moly, dude! It's done. Mine is still going. I've got the Rings of Power at Prime Video. Dude, there was while the ad was on, you might have missed it. I don't know, because it normally comes up on the side, doesn't it, the video? They put the stream to the side, but there was an ambulance in the middle of the road, driving in the middle of the road. Why are these guys all driving in the middle of the blooming road, and why can't I stop? Get a move on. Your speed limit's 110. Mine ain't. Why do I have to keep hitting the brake? This road setup, I mean, I assume there was 2 lanes here. Oh, if I wasn't doing a competition, I'd seriously see if I could get some air off of that. Ah, speaking of which, jeepers. Just about gave that little Volkswagen air. Yeah, Volkswagen. That was a launching pad. This scenery is definitely a lot better to see in this view rather than crash cam. I think we shall name this Crash Cam Junior, shall we? And the other one Crash Cam Senior. Bit of a tingle in the old neck there. Oh, hey. Jeez, they're bloody out to get me. Actually, Stan, are you still in the stream? Mr. Incredible Stan, have you vacated to greater pastures? Because I think you're my 200th follower. Which means there's 200 people out there with nothing better to do. What's a joke? If you sort of get my meaning. Now, if you're there, once again, thank you for the follow, and especially the milestone of that. Much appreciated. Now the rain disappears, Causey. Now we've gone through that road. I believe that's what's known in the trade as typical. Still 25 hours away. I don't believe it. And clearly the Mexican time scale on this, I seriously thought it was, oh, okay, 68 kilometers an hour. How about I speed up? I seriously thought it just, whoopsie, affected when we went from Mexico to the US, because that's what we've done quite a lot. And that's when we've noticed that the time scale like is huge, and we get into the US and it suddenly drops. So we established that there was a time scale issue in this map. Well, I didn't actually think it was inside the map itself as well. We've driven. I can't remember what time we left. It would have been pretty close to maybe 5 or 6 in the morning. And it said it was a 53-hour trip. We've knocked off 30 hours in one day. I'm not a smart man, Jenny, but that maths don't compute. Even the calculator's going, what the hell? So we might even finish this delivery before we need to sleep, provided I can get to the speed limit. I might go back into crash cam. When are they going to add punches and tyres flying off the truck and taking cars out into this game? Who would want to see that as part of the game? I mean, I wouldn't mind getting, you know, things like that, but we all know what I would like. I'd like real weather so we can contend with gusty winds and snow and tornadoes and things like that, to keep it interesting. Dynamic weather, seasonal happenings like spring and winter and summer. But random events, if you don't keep your trucks maintained, you know? Random things breaking down, a puncture happening. Even the ability to actually get out of your truck, go round to the nozzle at the petrol station, at the fuel pump, and pick it up, take it over to your tank, and fill it up with diesel. Sort of like Elastin road trucking or whatever it's called. And considering that looks so much like ETS and ATS, the graphics and the gameplay, and they've got it. SES, when's it coming out? When's all this coming out? Stop. All good, give me DLCs, but these added features before the DLC would make the DLCs we've already got almost new, because we've got new things to deal with, new, you know, all sorts. We're dealing with snow and the conditions of snow and the physics with snow. They could do that. If modders can do it, they can do it. They can just add it into the game. Driving along and just being almost toppled over by gale force winds. Having to deal with that. I mean, anyone watching who plays this game, how does that sound? What would you like to see in the game? I'd be interested to actually know what you guys would like to have added into the game, standard. Sneak into this lane. You want everything here. I want them to add the smell of diesel and burning clutch.